Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Um, I knew that there was a message that needed to come out today, and I was just sitting here like frozen in place and like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Um, and I feel like it's like right there. It's like right there. And I look down at my desk and there is a uh, card. It's already sitting upright on my decks over here that I had pulled last week or maybe even longer ago than that. And it was just sitting there upright. I think because I wanted to remind myself to come back to it later, like look more at the meaning in the book itself. And it was like, obviously, today is the day to do it. I've seen so many foxes recently. And I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday, too. And obviously, there's a fox on this card. Like, uncharacteristically, like in a weird place or a weird time of day. Like during the day, I was seeing them on my morning walk, and then I saw two of them that were like chasing each other and like screaming at each other. So it's obviously trying to get my attention. Fox spirit, and I've been meaning to look up fox spirit. And so when I looked down and saw this fox, it was like, obviously, that's the message today. So I really just want to read it from the book. So this is the number 49 card, which breaks down to a number 6. 15. 15 means something to you, or the number 6. But it's also in reverse. So, and I want to keep it that way. It's like, it's meant to be in reverse. And I feel like that's kind of part of the message right now. Like you're meant to be in reverse. You're meant to be a little bit turned upside down right now. And I think it's because you're meant to rely on other people. Like you're seeing things upside down. You're looking at it from an upside down perspective. And it's because of something from your past. It's because of a past experience or something. It's like you're seeing someone or something or a situation through the filter of a past experience, but it is like blurring your reality, or it's turned around. You're all turned around right now. So take a step back. In order to really, truly observe it, you got to take a step back from it for a second. And let me read the rest from the book, too. Throat chakra. It's almost like you're having a hard time saying something. Which I'm going to read from the relationship message in this, too. There are different aspects to the messages in this book. If you're interested, this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And each one of the cards has different messages in it. One of them, the essential meaning for this one is perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. And it may be too, like, if you're meant to observe things from a distance, if you're turned around right now, you're looking at it a little bit too closely. It's like right here in front of your face, something feels in front of your face, and it's almost like you feel this like trapped kind of feeling, and you need to take a step back a little bit. I think that what you're sensing there isn't true to what you think it is. It's like you're feeling trapped in something that is actually a situation from the past. It's not actually reality, but you're replaying it as if it's something from the past. This person, this situation is not the same thing. So you have to take a step back and clear through that so that you can really see it from a true perspective. This also says, okay, so back to that. There are different messages in each card. This one is the Oracle's message, a relationship message, a prosperity message, and a protection message. So when I have it come in reverse, I usually go right to the protection message. And it says, ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face? It's like that's what I was feeling too. It's like this card is like right here in my face, and if I look past it, I can see out one eye. But it's just like really blurring, and I see it right here in front of my third eye too. So the information that you're receiving it's just a little blurred right now. Um, and you can't see beyond yourself. There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. So you're kind of stuck in your way of perceiving things, I think, because there's a little bit of pain there. The relationship message in this, if this is about, if you're seeing this in relation to a person, or it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be a friendship, it could be family. Sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. That's exactly what I was talking about with the way that you're perceiving it. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself and in others, and in the landscape. You'll find things much improved sooner than you know. I really think that it's important to communicate that, and just communicate that, like, things are a little blurry for me right now. I just need this. I need this space. I need to take a step back. I need to sit and think for a second, right? The prosperity message feels like if this is connected to a job or something around money, it's an advantageous, oh wow, my words are not wording. Advantageous? Why is that hard to say? Advantageous. And I'm seeing the word adventurous instead of advantage. I can't even say it. I've said this word a million times. Advantageous. I see the word adventurous. So maybe that's what it needs to be, like, switched with. It's an adventurous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations, the feeling of them, the energy of them, like what it feels like, not just what it looks like. While letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is sitting right in front of your face. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. Okay, and then the Oracle's message in this, most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences. So much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. My brother used to say that all the time, like, your reality is your reality. That's you're looking through your own lens. It really does take a certain level of consciousness to step back and separate yourself from that and look through the lens of other options or other ways of seeing things, or recognizing that you have a filter in front of your face. You have a filter in front of your eyes. The filter of your own experiences. Is that the only way is it the only possibility of how things will play out or have played out, or like the scenario itself? Is that exactly what happened? Everybody perceives that situation differently according to their own experience. Can you take a step back and really, like, open yourself up to the idea that, well, tell me how you perceive that. Tell me what your reality was in that situation. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. Okay? So that's the message. I think it's important to maybe look up Fox Spirit too. Fox Spirit is really it's a very strong message. It's a very strong spirit, but it has both positive and negative aspects to it. Like the fox is so smart and so adaptable and so cunning and charming, and but he's also sometimes a trickster, and sometimes he is a little manipulative, and there are these light and shadow aspects of the fox spirit that are both valuable. Um, but it's not like this, it's one or the other, like this light message from the fire, though it could be, you can take whatever you want from it, but it feels like there is this up and down, or this like no one is perfect. No one is perfect. Everyone has a heavier, darker shadow side to themselves. They just do, and so do you. Everyone has that. It's time to really like get in touch with, and we do a lot of shadow work on this in my life and on this channel. Make friends with it. Really look at it and find out where it comes from. Work with it, sit with it, shine some light on it, and embrace the beautiful aspects of that so that you can become more light. The shadow side doesn't have to be scary. It just has to be something that is you're willing to work with, figure out, heal, send energy to, not avoid. You can't avoid the shadow. It just becomes a bigger shadow. It's like they're just showing my daughter, who has had these things that she's been upset about it. She kind of likes to avoid them. She doesn't, the heaviness of the emotion and the fear in it. She likes to avoid. And even just this weekend, she was telling me something that was going on in her life, and she was kind of letting it all out, and the emotion was just overflowing. And I had told her that if she kind of doesn't have a conversation with somebody, or if doesn't express these certain things, it's gonna bubble over. It's gonna explode, or the shadow is gonna be this expression of like unhealthy shadow. Instead of just trying to have a conversation about whatever it is that she was upset about, or a certain way someone was treating her, or something like that. And it did kind of bubble over. It was in a good place because she was expressing it to me, not to that person. But it just goes to show that the more that you avoid whatever kind of fear or emotion or shadow that's there, the more that it comes out in a I don't know, unhealthy way. So, what are you avoiding? It's almost like Fox Spirit is saying that. What are you avoiding? What are you avoiding? And if you don't know, it's time to go to somebody and just, can you help me work through this? Can you help me talk through this? Like, there's something that I'm afraid of, or there's something that I'm avoiding, and you either know what it is, or you don't know what it is. Or you know what it is, and you don't have how to like make yourself face it, or like come to the front of it and really look at it now. Instead of it's almost like it's right here. Whatever it is that you're avoiding is right here in front of your face. You know you're avoiding it. You know that it affects your life, but you can't see the forest for the trees. It's just like you need somebody else to pull it away from you so you can see it a little bit better. Like, why is it so hard for me? What is it that about it that makes me freeze up, or like not able to face it? If that's your situation, or you feel like you want to, like, I'm a seer. I'm a seer. I can help see those energies in your life. So if you want to set up a session with me, all my information is down in the box below. If you need some help with that. If not, there is somebody else out there that's meant to help you. There's somebody that's meant to help you see these things and see it from a different perspective, not through the lens of this past pain, because otherwise you actually imprint this new situation with that past pain, and then it becomes that past pain. Then it becomes this pattern in this situation again. So I'm here if you need me. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.